when you kind of got off the ground, one of the things you wrote about in the Substack, I think a couple weeks ago, was around that first set of customers. I recently got a text actually after one of the episodes from someone that said, can you start asking everyone about how they found their first 5 customers? And I think you have a very specific view on this, and I agree with that view. Can you share, how did you first find the first 5 customers / design partners, and talk a little bit about that process?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, so I think there's lots of ways to find your design partners. I think how you engage with them and how you manage those is probably more important. In our case, we had this idea and we had a product, conception for a product and like a problem area. So we spent a lot of time in the early days doing customer interview, all of the stuff that you hear. You interview customers, you talk to them about your potential customers, you talk to them about their pain points, all of that stuff. And I probably spoke with more than 50 analyst types between leaving Better Cloud and really getting going. And, that starts with kind of initial conversations all the way to like wireframe reviews, and you're actually developing as a design partner alongside them. Look, I think at the highest level, I networked or was referred into people in those early days. And unless you have something unique about your company's founding story, like generally you're a person with an idea or a customer in mind, and maybe some capital. So from talking to other early stage founders, I think that's how a lot of this starts, especially if you're just like building something completely new, right? And so it was a lot of like networking and kind of early stage founder selling. And actually, if you have the guts to do it and you have the drive to do it, it's the easiest time to actually engage with people, because you're kind of just asking them for feedback, and people are always interested, especially people who work in tech, or if you're selling like a technical product, they're kind of always interested in learning about new, cool things. And if you do a customer interview right, or a potential customer interview right, they feel listened to and they feel valued, right? And so we did lots and lots of those sessions. And I think we generally did it well. From that big cohort of people that we spoke to, eventually you whittled it down to like, hey, we had this problem. We have this sub problem that we are now laser focused on, and here's a potential solution to it. And then you start iterating on what the solution could be. And you end up going from a big list of folks to a pretty small list of people who want to develop the product alongside you.
Before we go to the next thing, I want to call something out there, because you said people that are technical or in the technology space, and I would actually expand it to just most people. I agree with you. They want to know what's coming. What are people working on? They want to feel, they want to be in the know. They want to feel like, oh, I'm in here talking to this. He's about to start a company and he's telling me all this stuff and I can shape what they're doing. Like that makes people, how often in your day-to-day job does someone ask you, hey, you're the expert, tell me what I should go build? And I talk to people a lot of times who say like, how do I find those people to interview? And my view is like the entire world of people in that function is your audience. And if you reach out in the right way, I mean, not 100%, but over 50% will respond and say, sure, I'll give you 30 minutes to share my thoughts because you told me I'm an expert in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, kind of when you ask me the question, I'm a little like, that one is actually not that hard to do. If you network, tell people what you're working on and ask them, hey, do you know anyone who fits this customer persona that might be interested in talking to me? A lot of people are going to say, oh, yes, you should meet this person. And that person is almost always going to take that meeting. You can just reach out to people cold on LinkedIn. If you tell people you're a founder who is working on something new and that they're your client and you want their opinion, like you're going to get a pretty high hit rate. It's a very, very different dynamic in those early days of than selling someone a solution when you're already in market. I mean, there's a really valuable role for a founder there too, but that dynamic is a pretty easy one to navigate if you just have the energy and you genuinely want to engage with people and get their feedback.